What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So Chris Broussard came out with this interesting article, and he also talked about it on his podcast, really good podcast. He spoke about, and Skip Bayless agreed with him, that it's LeBron James' fault that the Cleveland Cavaliers are playing awful. You know, on the road, I think they're not even over 500. If they are, it's like 20-19 or 19-18 last time I checked. Okay, so pretty much what Chris Broussard is saying is that LeBron James bringing down his teammates, LeBron James, not only that, but them relying so much on LeBron that when he's off the floor, they don't know what to do. And all that's proving is that LeBron James is the MVP. You know, that's all that's proving. And it's proving that this roster is not as good as a lot of people think. You know, if you think about it, if you take LeBron James off of this roster, would they still be a top seed in the East? No. They'd probably be like a 5th through 8th seed. You know, let's use Stephen Curry, for example. If you take Stephen Curry off of this current Golden State Warriors team, let's pretend Kevin Durant's not injured. We take Stephen Curry off. Would they still be a top seed? Yeah. You take Kevin Durant off. Would they still be a top seed? Yeah. You take Klay Thompson off. Would they still be a top seed? Yes. Okay, now you can't do that with James Harden and Russell Westbrook because that's a different scenario. Those aren't super teams. Those are superstars leading a pretty solid team, you know, to a high seed in the West, which is what I like to see. I wish I could see that more often. I miss seeing those type of teams. I remember back in the day, and this is why I say the 2008-2009 NBA season was my favorite season ever, because I'll get to the main topic of this video in a second. But that's why I say that season is my favorite season ever, because if you look, okay, we had LeBron and the Cleveland Cavaliers go 66-16. He had Mo Williams, Delonte West, Anderson Varejao, Anthony Parker, Daniel Boobie Gibson. Okay, I remember that roster like it was yesterday. Okay, he had J.J. Hickson. I love the way the Cavs announcer is. And then you look at Kobe Bryant. He had LaMarcus Aldridge, Andrew Bynum, Derek Fisher. Okay, you look at Carmelo Anthony. He had Chauncey Billups. He had Kenyon Martin. You know, he had Chris Birdman Anderson. He had J.R. Smith. You look at Dwyane Wade. Who the hell did Dwyane Wade have? Udonis Haslem. He had Mario. Did he have Mario Chalmers at that time? I don't remember. But he didn't have elite players, okay? You look at, you know, Tim Duncan, Tony Manu. You know, you look at Dirk. You know, it's just Dirk. You know, I miss those type of teams, which is why I appreciate what James Harden and Russell Westbrook are doing right now, because it reminds me of the 2008-2009 season where every NBA team had, not every team, but every dominant team was pretty much, except for the Celtics and the Lakers, was pretty much one superstar and a bunch of role players. You look at Melo with the Nuggets, you look at Wade with the Miami Heat, you look at LeBron and the Cavs. Okay, so I miss those days. I truly do. I miss those freaking days. Back to the main topic of the video. Is it LeBron's fault? In a sense. Here's what the Cleveland Cavaliers need to do. Now, LeBron already knows, and he said this on numerous occasions. He said, it doesn't matter whether they finish second, third, fourth, first. It doesn't matter. I'm confident that I'm the best player in the world, and we're still going to go to the NBA Finals. He said it, and he's 100% correct. It doesn't matter. If he finished 8th seed, he would still go to the Finals. Okay? So what LeBron James, Tyronn Lue, David Griffin, and the rest of the organization need to do is, I'll get to that in a second. What they need to do is rest LeBron James for a few games, maybe like a 3-game stretch. You know, rest LeBron for a 3-game stretch. Get the roster and enable them to know how to play without LeBron on the floor. That way, when the playoffs come and LeBron, he can be playing like 40 minutes per game, but when the playoffs come and LeBron is resting, they know what to do. Because now, during the regular season, LeBron James is playing the second most minutes in the league, and this dude is 32 years old. That should not be happening. You know, he needs to play that much because they can't win without him. And that's just a fact. And that just further proves that LeBron James is the MVP of the season. I mean, honestly. Okay? So, I mean, honestly, I don't think it's LeBron's fault. And then people coming out and saying, like Skip Bayless, oh, when he blames a team, it just sucks the life out of him. When he quits on the team, it just sucks the life out of him. I agree in the sense when they played the Spurs and he faked that injury. However, I don't think... I think it's good that he publicly shames them. You know, sometimes that's a good thing. Not all the time, but sometimes it's a good thing. Like, for example, you're seeing this new trend of parents when social media started arising over the last few years. You're seeing this new trend of parents embarrassing their children on social media for acting up, not getting good grades, just bullying kids. I think sometimes it's a good thing, to socially, socially shame someone. So I think it's good that he calls them out socially. But he also has to set an example and that example is not what he did against the San Antonio Spurs. You don't do that against the Spurs and expect your team to respect you after that, because that was clear. When I was watching that game live, it was clear and evident that was a fucking, he's faking it. So something has to happen. This Cavs team, they're struggling right now, but they'll be fine in the playoffs. Again, I'm not worried at all. It's just a lot of people chit-chatting about, the playoffs are coming. They'll be fine. Okay, it's not LeBron's fault. Okay, he does need to lead better by example in some cases, but overall, he's still the best leader in the league. He's still the best player in the league. It's not his fault. You want to know what it is? You honestly want to know what it is? Is the lack of experience. And here's what I mean by that. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and the rest of them boys, excluding Darren Williams. And to be honest, I feel bad for Anderson Varejao. I wish they would have kept him, because he used to be a teammate with LeBron back in the day. But everyone on that roster, excluding Darren Williams, does not have, and maybe J.R. Smith, does not have championship. And I would say James Jones, but he doesn't play with them anymore. At least I don't think he does. Excluding Darren Williams, does not have that experience of being in the spotlight. And I know people are going to say, Kyrie's been in the spotlight since he was drafted. There's a different type of spotlight. For example, when Darren Williams was in the league, he was going deep in the playoffs when he was in his prime. People saying, is he better than Nash? Is Chris Paul the best point guard? Is it Darren Williams? When he was in MVP consideration, when they had Paul Millsap, Andre Kirilenko, a.k.a. AK-47. Yeah, I remember those days, man. Ronnie Brewer. I remember those days like it was yesterday. Okay? So he had all of these, he's been in those situations before, so he knows what to do. But Kyrie, Kevin Love, and all these other players, they've never been to the finals without LeBron. Prior to LeBron, they never even made the playoffs. So now it's like, okay, look, we won the championship. We could just cool it and turn it up whenever. No, you can't do that. And that's where LeBron needs to speak up. He needs to say, look, we can't just turn it up anytime we want, because it's all about momentum. So if we go down 3-1, we ain't gonna come back again if they have Kevin Durant. So these things have to change, man. It's not LeBron, it's the rest of the team. Honestly, they just think they could turn it on whenever, and it's the lack of experience. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been your man Steve. I'm out. Peace.